What is up, guys? Welcome to year 6 of launch day iPhone unboxings. Today we're taking a look at the iPhone 14 Pro Max 1TB edition in deep purple. Now, pre-ordering this phone was unlike any other experience I had ever had. The issues started on launch day on AT&T's website when it went down while I was trying to pre-order this phone. Now, I talked about this in the video I put up yesterday. However, I finally did manage to get it pre-ordered and it was scheduled to show up here on launch day. However, this morning I woke up to a notification from FedEx saying that it had been delayed until Monday at a location 20 minutes away from my house. So I drove down there, asked for it, and here we are with it in the house. This was the most painful pre-order process I have ever gone through while trying to get a new iPhone, but either way, it's here and it's here on launch day, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thing unboxed. We're off to a really good start here, guys. Come on. There we go. Alright, so as I mentioned, I did get the deep purple, and I think this color looks pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and take this out of the box here. Yeah, I like that. Depending on how the light hits it, it changes color pretty significantly. So comparing it to last year's Sierra Blue, I think the darker color of this deep purple looks a lot nicer on a pro-grade phone. Well, you know, pro-grade phone. Still doesn't have USB-C. Either way, though, I think it does look a lot nicer than the Sierra Blue that we had last year. However, I am disappointed that they didn't give us a green option because that is still my favorite special iPhone color. Comparing all three of these together, I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments which one you like better, but personally, I think out of all three of these colors, this Alpine green color is the nicest looking. However, I don't really have any complaints about the purple just yet. This is my favorite color of a phone that I've ever had. So we're gonna go ahead and set the phone to the side for just a second and take a look at the basically nothing that's in the box right here. So we have our USB-C to lightning charge cord, and then our little pamphlet type deal up here that has a notice that this phone no longer has a physical SIM card, which actually I totally forgot about. There is no SIM card slot anywhere on this phone like there was on the 13 Pro right here. So other than this notice here, we have a little quick start guide and a single Apple sticker, which is on a paper backing, as I think they've been doing since the iPhone 12. However, the sticker itself is still made out of plastic. With the unboxing out of the way, it's time for everyone's favorite part of a new iPhone unboxing, and that is peeling the cover off of the screen. Taking a look at the cutouts for the Face ID sensors and the front-facing camera on this display, it does match up with the renders that a few people put out on YouTube of the eye-shaped cutout. However, as you guys probably saw by now, the software blacks out this middle gap between the two cutouts to make it just one pill, otherwise known as the dynamic island, which in my opinion is the dumbest name for anything ever on an iPhone. Looking at the bottom, we have the same speaker and microphone cutouts, and unfortunately still the same lightning port that we've been seeing since 2012 on the iPhone 5. They pushed USB-C so hard on the MacBook Pros, the only port it had other than a headphone jack, and we're still on 2012 USB 2.0 speeds with this iPhone. Yep, gotta love it. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing turned on for the first time ever. Pretty much the same startup process as usual, just the white Apple logo on the black background, which as always looks good on the OLED display. And there it is. It spells out hello for us. And as you can see, this is what I was talking about. The software does black out the gap between the two cutouts here, but if the light hits it just right, you can definitely see that there are two separate cutouts on this display. So we're gonna go ahead and swipe this thing up. Hit English, United States. We're gonna go ahead and bring in the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And just like they've been doing for the last couple of years now, we're going to just go ahead and hit continue and have it set itself up, essentially. This is something new that I've actually never seen while setting up another iPhone before. It looks like they made the activation process with your carrier a little bit easier, which is nice. So we're gonna go ahead and hit continue right here. 5-digit shipping zip code. AT&T uses this information to activate your cellular plan on this iPhone. Okay, so I guess you don't have to go through the AT&T app to get your carrier switched over anymore, which is actually pretty nice. Activating eSIM and connecting your iPhone to cellular network. Why don't they just... Apple has this vendetta against the word "the." If you read this right here, it says activating eSIM and connecting iPhone to cellular network. It should be activating your iPhone to the cellular network, but that's the Apple way, I guess. Pretty shortly, we should be seeing my carrier signal going away from the 13 Pro Max. 14 is still sitting here trying to activate. So I guess the iPhone decided it was taking too long, and it's now letting me continue setting up my phone while the eSIM is activating, which is actually pretty nice. We're gonna go ahead and hit continue here, and now we get to set up Face ID. Don't use Face ID with the mask. Face ID is now set up, so I guess you only have to do one scan now. Now comes the options on how you want to transfer your data to the new iPhone. We're gonna do it from iCloud as I usually do, just so I can use it while everything downloads in the background. And it also is quite a bit faster than just transferring everything directly from the old iPhone over to the new one. There we go, we read the terms and conditions. So this is the longest it's ever taken for this to happen on a new phone for me. I don't really know what the deal is with this. So here's this screen. I think this was new last year with the 13 Pro. As you can see, here's your options for what you want to transfer from your iCloud backups. We have apps and data, settings, Apple Wallet, and connections, which is basically just your Apple Watches. So we're gonna go ahead and hit continue. And it should give us an option to... No, I guess not. Usually it gives you an option to update the iCloud backup, but this year I guess it didn't. This is a new screen for the iPhone 14 Pro, and I think the normal 14s do it as well, but this talks about the emergency SOS capability. So we've got the standard press and hold for emergency, which is, you know, the volume down and side button will trigger an emergency call. We also have crash detection, and coming this fall, we have satellite communication. So you can use a satellite to get a message out to a rescue center if you get stuck somewhere. And now comes the fun part where we get to wait for the restore from iCloud. So we're gonna take a quick break and come back when this is done. So we just turned the cameras back on because this went down from 16 minutes to 1 minute in about 30 seconds. However, it's been sitting here on about 1 minute remaining for 2 minutes at this point, so we're gonna go ahead and see how much longer this takes, I guess. And it has gone up to, oh, now it's back to 1 minute. You guys see what I'm talking about here? Oh, wait, look. Oh. Is it done? It might be done. It just went all the way, like the bar filled all the way up, and okay. So now it looks like we're doing a software update of some sort. I don't know. We're gonna let this sit and do its thing, and actually turn the cameras off and take a real break this time, and then come back to you. So it's finally updated, set up, everything, and right now, it's actually not unlocked. The screen is off. This is the always on display. As you can see, if I tap it, it brightens up a little bit. So that's cool that we finally have a feature on iPhone that has been on every Android phone since, what, 2012? 2011? I don't know. A long time ago. Essentially, yeah, Apple has been very late to the game on adding an always-on display. However, they finally did, and when the display is in this mode, it's actually only refreshing at 1 hertz. That's 1 time per second. So this new LTPO Retina HD, whatever they're calling it this year, can go all the way from 120 hertz down to 1 hertz refresh rate, which is pretty nice. So as you can see, we have our dynamic island doing its thing up here. So we're gonna go ahead and unlock this. And as you can see, quite a few of my apps are still updating right now. So we just got flooded with a bunch of notifications for this. Because all my accounts have been moved over to this phone. Pretty much, you know, the same layout as I had on the 13 Pro, however, we do have this dynamic island now, and I actually want to try this out with some music really quick. So you've got your Post Malone playing, you're just vibing out to it, and you want to go to the home screen. And there it is. Oh, that's awesome. I actually really like this. So it puts the album art right here, and it shows a little waveform. Now, if you tap on it, tapping on it brings back the entire music app to the front of the screen. But if you do a long press on it, it brings up this little pop-up, I guess. That's a little backwards in my opinion. I think the tap should bring this up and a long press should bring back the entire app. But either way, pretty nice addition, I think. I like how it just kind of hangs out up here. We do have the case to look at. Now this is just the same case I've had since the 11 Pro. It's the black MagSafe leather case. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this thing open and take a look at that. It's always nice to get a case that isn't completely destroyed. As you can see, the case from the 13 Pro Max has some pretty heavy wearing on it, especially right in this area. It's been dropped a few times, the corners are pretty scuffed up, and you know, all that great stuff. But new phone, new case, so we're gonna go ahead and throw this on the phone and see how it looks. This case is made with high quality, supple leather to protect your phone. Sorry, your iPhone. Cool stuff, Apple. And there's more. There we go. So as you can see, the MagSafe rings haven't changed at all since the 13 case. On the 12 Pro, they were just a little bit different, but same concept all around. And there you go. It tells you your case is installed because, you know, you can't tell just by looking at the phone. So as usual for these unboxing videos, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a camera demo. However, if you want a more in-depth comparison between the 14 Pro Max and the 13 Pro Max camera system, come back next Friday. We'll have a comparison up for you guys. So we're gonna start off with video right here. As you guys can see, there's the camera that you guys have been watching me through. And over here, we've got Josiah running the B camera. Just chilling over there. What's nice about this is there's 4 different focal lengths that you can choose from here. So you have 0.5, 1, 2, and 3x. So going to 2x, because this is now a 48 megapixel sensor on the main camera, it's just cropping into the middle 12 megapixels so you don't lose any real detail in video. So it looks like they still lock you out of switching between lenses at 4K 60, which is pretty annoying, but that's something you're just unfortunately gonna have to deal with. So going up to the ultra wide now, it looks like it has improved yet again. Here's the pile of stuff that we looked at in this video. And here we got Josiah yet again. You can see more of him at this point. Up until this point, you have been hearing me through this Sennheiser shotgun microphone. So you're now hearing me through the microphone of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Hopefully it's a little bit better than the 13 Pro Max, but honestly, in my opinion, the quality of iPhone microphones hasn't ever really been all that great. It's not bad, but once you start using one of these microphones, it's kind of hard to go back because the difference in quality is just so significant. And here's our 3x optical zoom right here. Get a nice close-up on that camera from the exact same distance the other 2 clips were shot at. And there he is again, just as... just his face and the camera. Good job, Josiah. Yep. So there you go, guys. Just a little quick camera demonstration on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. There you go, guys. That is going to be it for this launch day look at the iPhone 14 Pro Max in deep purple. As has been the case for the last few years, big shout out to Josiah for running the B camera and helping me shoot this unboxing. And guys, I don't know if I've mentioned this in any videos yet, but this guy finally got an iPhone. The green iPhone 13 Pro that you guys saw earlier in the video was his, so big shout out to him for donating that to the video for that scene, and a big shout out to my friend Craig as well for lending me his Canon EOS R for the B camera. As I said, guys, come back sometime next week. We will have a comparison between the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the iPhone 13 Pro Max camera systems, but until then, guys, that is going to be it for this unboxing video. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thank you for watching.